Okay, welcome back everybody. As we continue building factories with Factorio, once again we will be continuing with the factory that we left off on Sunday using Bob's Mods, as well as a few additional. Let me see, we can take a quick look at the mods. In addition to the Bob's Mods library, which includes 10 or so different mods as part of the mod pack, we have the resource spawner overhaul, which changes the way the map is initially created, giving us fewer minerals near our base and making richer veins further away, which will necessitate using transport methods. Smarter trains, I haven't actually used it yet, so I can't talk a lot about it. The RSO radar modifies the way the radar works to allow for the larger maps that the RSO resource spawner overhaul mod does. Rail tankers allow us to transport liquids in rail cars. Haven't used it yet again. Long range allows me to reach out across a larger area of the map and manipulate items without having to be right up on top of them. And autofill automatically fills turrets and furnaces and things with fuel and ammo in the case of turrets as I lay them down, so I don't have to go back and manually do that. So those are the mods we're using. Same mod pack that we were using on Sunday, and we will continue the factory that we had started then. Let me just I need to close something here, I'm not sure what. One second while I get this sorted out. There we go. Okay, so let us continue. Load the game, Twitch Bob's Mods. And we had run a little over 2 hours, and we can take a look and see what we have. To our south is our sole copper source. In the center here, kind of to the north, is our iron and coal source. We've got a decent stone source off to the side. And then the first of the Bob's Mods new additions, we have tin ore off to the side. We have lead ore and zinc ore. Now we're starting to mine the lead right now and the tin because we had to build a blue factory which required solder among other things. We're not actually making use of that, but that is going to be one of the next steps that we do. Down here we have our science production, we have our smelter factory here, we've got iron and copper being smelted and moved up. We've got our initial steel production as well, and we've got 8 research labs working over here as well. So that is where we are starting this session. If we take a look at the map, you can see we've already started infringing on some of the nearby biter bases. We'll have to deal with those, but we're not quite ready for that yet. So we do have a small amount of protection. We built a wall here to the north, which is where the biters had been attacking through. So we've got a couple turrets and the wall there to protect us. That should be good enough for the time being. Now elsewhere on the map, you can see we have, as we move a little further away from the base, we have more copper down here, some stone, copper. I think that's zinc there probably. Let's see. Yeah, that's the same color as that. So that's zinc. We have here in the middle is quartz as well, which we will be needing here shortly. Okay, we've just researched our tool belt, so let's take a look. And what do we really need? We probably need the armor piercing rounds. So we're going to go ahead and research that. It'll be relatively quick. I'll probably have to expand my steel production as well. We had put that together just so we could replace our boilers with Mark II boilers, which we had researched, which improves our energy production and efficiency a bit. The next thing we need to do is actually start working on the basic electronic boards, automating that. That's going to require basic electronic components and solder. And the solder requires solder plates, which requires the tin and lead, which is up to the northwest. The basic electronic components require tin, copper wire, and carbon. Now we do have some carbon capability up to the near our coal here. So basically we're going to, and then we also need some more basic circuit boards, which is wooden boards and copper cable. So I think the easiest way to do this, you know what, I want to pop some lights down here. It gets rather dark, so let's make, if I can, oh, that takes basic electronic boards. We're not going to waste the few that we have. Research. Let's see what else we have. Now we have zinc nearby, so we could do. We also are the galena that we're getting the lead from also gives us access to nickel ore, so we could do nickel processing, which would allow nickel plate, which we really don't need at the moment. So now I can also improve our mining drills. Our current mining drills have a mining speed of like 1/2 or something like that. Let's take a look at one of our drills here. Yeah, mining speed of 1/2, mining power of 3. So if I research the upgraded mining drills, that's doubles the doubles the mining speed and an additional 50% mining power. So that could be useful. In fact, let's do it. It's going to be relatively quick. It only takes red. That'll also allow me to build up some more grain for the next big project. I think the best thing to do, since most of our production for the basic electronic components is off here, we've got the lead and the tin and the carbon here, is to filter off some of the copper. Off of the bus here and take it off to the west. Now I don't want a ton of copper, so I'm going to try to set this up if I can. I don't know if this will work. I've seen this before and we'll have to see. I'm going to expand this a little bit to play with it and see if I can get it sorted. We have plenty of transport belts for now. You know what? We don't have plenty of transport belts. We're going to have to move that a long ways, aren't we? Okay, so if we play with this, okay, with this setup here, 50% is going straight, 50% is being split off. Still 50-50, isn't it? I think there's a way where I can filter off 25% of this. Okay, I guess what I need to do, this would be 25%, and then this goes back. Oops. Okay, this would be 25% coming off here, roughly, maybe 30%. Okay, so this line here is going to be what goes off to our, you know what? I don't like, oh yeah, we've ended the end of the line for the steam production heading west. So yeah, that'll work. Let's go ahead and if this comes straight up, I'll probably want another underground here. Oops. Okay, now we can take our copper straight across here. I probably need to move it further north, don't I? I do. Whoops. No problem. I don't want to take it too far north because the biters could come around that edge of that lake over here too. If we take it up to here, come across, that'll clear the lake. That'll work. Oh, and here comes another attack. Now this is what long reach allows. I don't actually have to move up to it to be able to place the belts down. Oops. Okay, we need to get it up in this vicinity here would be sufficient, because then we can move tin, lead over, carbon up. So this looks good enough, and I think I'll move that stone factory slightly as well. We don't need it quite right there, so let's pick these up. We'll move everything down one spot basically. That'll be enough to get this path through. Stone. This needs to move over one. 2 burner inserters. 1 standard inserter. 1 factory making walls. Let's put the walls down here as well, and a chest to put those walls in. Okay, we got our walls holding on there, and we've still got plenty of belts. So let's end this line here. This will be the copper line, from which we need to make tinned copper, which requires copper cable. So this will be our copper cable. Then all we have to do is move some tin. Is that close enough for a long-handled? Yeah, it is. 1 long-handled inserter. Oops, that needs to back up 1 anyway. Another factory, which needs what? Iron. Okay, so let's go grab some of that iron. We have some here in these. Now, I'm going to do the tinned copper. You know what? For the time being, I'm going to use just the standard factories. We'll change it up later. That goes there. This will be tinned copper. Oops, not that. Tinned copper. Okay, so that is the first thing we require for the basic electronic components. The second thing is the carbon, which we have down here. Okay, I think what we'll do here, oops, is that, put down another factory. And this is again going to be just an initial setup. I'll have to worry about streamlining it later. But we want to at least get some basic products out. Okay. Can we make medium power poles yet? We can. We need to get some of that steel, however. Okay, and then we need to duplicate our wood factory as well. Now the wood is only going to be until we get oil processing, which will be coming up in a little while. Okay, there's some steel. So basically we need to reproduce these. I don't need this tinned copper anymore. So we need to reproduce this section here. I don't need the resin either. I will need that up north. So we need 4 factories with a copper source, which we've got, Oh, okay, yeah. Hopefully one copper factory will be sufficient to do both the electronic components and this. And the wood. We also need 2 chests, it looks like. We have some extra there. So that is what we have to duplicate up north, and then we'll have to fill it with wood, which means go harvesting a ton more wood for a bit. Eventually the wood will be replaced, and we will be placing using oil for synthetic wood. Okay, with that said, this might not be the best setup here. Or I just have to maybe do a second batch of copper cable. Again, I don't know how much copper cable we'll use. We'll just do that for now. 1, 2, that'll be 4 factories, 2 chests, and we've got enough inserters. Okay, so we have to duplicate the factory setup. Copper. So this will be copper cable. This will be basic circuit boards. This will be wooden boards, and this will be wood. Inserters from the copper there, there, there. There's your output, and we need an input. Now the output, instead of going on a chest, will come down here like so. Okay, bunch of power, and we're just about set. We still need to finish the copper, get the copper up by finishing the line across this way. That'll give us our copper source. Let's make some medium poles and start powering this segment up. And one here, a couple small poles to fill in. An inserter down here, and a small pole to fill that in. An inserter over here. And we should have basic electronic components and some more basic electronic boards. The last item for the production line is the solder. Solder requires solder plates and resin. Oh, yeah, we won't be making the boards until we get some wood in the system. So let's go get a bunch of wood. We'll need some wood for the resin as well. So I'm going to get a good 150 wood here real quick. And I really want to stop my reliance on wood. One, there's no way to automate it. And two, well, wood is I believe a non-renewable resource. I think there's a mod out there. I know there used to be a mod called Tree Farm. I'm not sure if it would work in conjunction with this, the rest of this, or not. I'd have to take a look at it. I'd still prefer to avoid the reliance of wood if I can. If I have some coal, I'll dump it in down here because we need to get some more lead into the system as well. Get about 150 wood. That'll get us a start, and maybe we'll start working toward oil processing next. Now the problem is I don't have a ton of oil in my base, and I probably am going to have to look at expanding to the north where there is a large supply of oil. I guess I'd been using an iron axe all along. I have steel axe now. Goes a little quicker at least. Okay, that should be sufficient. Do we have coal? We do. Let's dump it in. And right here we will do a resin. No, a solder factory. Solder can be made in a standard factory as well. And if I can manage this, it's going to take a little bit of work, but that's no big deal. We'll build a resin factory as well. And this can make our solder. It will be output on the same line as the tin for now. This will make resin. We'll throw some of the trees in there. We need a long inserter. A standard inserter, a standard inserter, a standard inserter, and power this up. Ooh, I can't put everything in one. Well, I can if I move this down here instead. Okay, now let's put some of our wood in here. That'll give us solder here, and finally put the rest of the trees in here. And one final factory. I don't know if I can. I think I can do it in a standard factory. Oops. Over one. This will be our. Oops. Nope. It needs a blue factory. That's right. Number of components. I'll probably eventually come through and upgrade most of this to a the assembling machines as well. Another chest, and we now should have, if I've got everything, I'm missing something somewhere. What am I missing? Oh, copper. I should have a source of the basic electronic boards now. One other item missing here, I see. Another long-handled inserter. If I have everything, looks like I'm missing something. What am I missing? Those. Oh. How do I keep missing my inserters for my copper wire? There's copper wire. There's tin copper wire. There's basic electronic components. And there we go. We have a source of basic electronic boards now. Okay, I'm not going to limit those. We're going to need a ton of them. Okay, now as long as everything stays fueled and I have enough wood in this system, they will provide me with those components. Okay, meantime down here, still have plenty of iron and copper. Steel, it looks like we could do with more copper ore and maybe even some more iron ore. Well, we just upgraded our miners, so let's build some. We need some of those basic electronic boards. Perfect timing. We can increase our output of raw ores. by grabbing some of those existing boards. It'll give us a couple minor 2s. They require a minor 1, so we'll take the existing minor 1s that are down and replace them with minor 2s. Now if we take a look at our production screen, it does not show what our iron ore production is, unfortunately. We're consuming 141 a minute and we're not maxed out, so let's go ahead and build one of these. And then we'll replace this one as well. And that should, we'll replace them all here shortly. Yeah, you can see our iron ore is actually piling up again. So now our consumption is, it's still standing at about 140 a minute. Wish we could expand this screen here with maybe a scroll bar here or a selection to where you could select what you wanted to see and not see. But yep, that'll fix our iron ore for a bit. You can see it. Those mines are really working good. We have 2 more of those we can replace, and I think we have probably 2 copper drills. Let's go down here and see how many copper we have to replace. Yeah, we have 2 copper drills, so we need 4 more to completely replace the existing iron and copper mines. And I'm not worried about using them for the stone or tin at the moment. We don't use nearly as much of those minerals. So we'll replace these real quick. Oops, that was a 2. Put you back down. That's a 2. That's a 1. Okay, oops. Okay, so yeah, our iron ore well able to support that. Let's go down and replace our copper drills real quick, and then we will look at our next research. And like I said, I probably want to move toward the oil processing. Probably, let's see, we did the ammo just now, right? If we take a look at the map, you can see we have 3 small oil wells here. This one is 127%, basically 1.2 oil per second, 180%, and 151. So not terrible, but that's all we have. However, to the north, as soon as we can clear this small base out, there's 2, 4, 6 more wells. So we're going to work on that next. And what we will do is start production of piercing rounds, which requires steel plate and copper plate. I'm just going to do that right up here. I'm going to tap off the main line, probably somewhere closer to the guns, actually, to be honest. We'll just extend these lines. And somewhere up in here, we will make ourselves some ammo. We need steel. And copper. And a factory. Now the reason I'm doing this is up here is most of our defenses, it look like, are going to appear to be needed up here in the north. So I'm going to basically auto supply the guns via this factory once I get it up and running properly. Then the steel, oops, and the copper, and some power. And we need some fuel. We just happen to have, oh, we took up those, looks like we took off those drills, mines that we had there. That's fine. Okay, that'll give us some, and we're out of inserters. Let's go grab some of the spare inserters that are down on this line. And then look at research. Okay, research. I don't see oil process. There it is. Oil processing takes 50, and will give us our initial oil. There we go. And we'll actually automate our turrets now as well. 2 inserters and an underground. Should be enough to do that. Let's go grab the cotton candy. Now, unlike the vanilla, where you only get these alien artifacts upon destruction of the spawners, all of the aliens now drop these artifacts, so we're going to have a bunch of those in our inventory as well. Okay, oops. Okay, we now have armor-piercing ammo. We're going to let some of that build up, and then we're going to go kill our first alien bases and open up potential access to some more oil. How's our radar doing? We're getting close to needing, we may clean out these small individual bases here as well while we're at it, so that we're not getting attacked from the south. We don't really have any defenses in the south right now, and it's not exactly defensible at the moment either. I could probably wall off some of these areas here. I should have plenty of walls, so I might actually do that here shortly, but let's get some of this research out of the way and grab this northern base with all of its oil. Okay, what else can we build now? Let's take a look. We do have the steam engine Mark IIs. So I guess we will upgrade our... Oh wait, I think I upgraded our steam engines, didn't I? Last session. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, those are Mark II steam engines. So our power is looking good. We have the electrolyzer. We could start bottling hydrogen and oxygen. We will need that at some point. Tin, silver, requires silver ore. We don't have silver ore yet. Lead plate we're making. Glass. Do we have quartz? This is quartz down here, I'm pretty sure, but really don't have quite a need for glass yet. Let's see. Yeah, that's quartz down there. So rubber could be useful. That takes resin, which we really don't want to use our trees for that. Carbon, we're making salt. We'll need that very shortly. Bronze plate takes copper and tin. So the only thing we would use bronze plate for at the moment would be bronze pipes, which has an underground distance of 15 versus the 10 of steel and iron. So that could be useful. More of our oil products underground. Tin and copper. Something to consider. If we have enough tin throughput to satisfy our needs for and it looks like we do. Or maybe just because we had so much built up in the furnace. Well, it's still, you know what? Let's do this. Can we build smart inserters yet? We can. Build a fast inserter. We're going to tap off some of this excess tin here. And up here, we're going to just make bronze plates, since we have the copper here as well. Actually, I probably don't need a smart inserter to do this, do I? It would be easier just to... It's in a metal mixing furnace. Somewhere here where I have access to the fuel as well. Yes, this will work. Okay, yeah, that's why I want to tap it off. I don't want the solder down there as well. So let's do this. Let's tap off some of that tin. This will be the first time I've actually used bronze plates. Tin plates. And we wanted to come, oops, down here, which will need an underground, which needs some of this iron we have stored up. Underground. And we'll underground the carbon. That will allow the tin to come across. Then we'll need the copper to come down as well. Now, that's going to come on the far side. So if we bring our copper and bring it in here, that'll be on the near side. And we'll have the tin and copper on the same line. Now, what is the ratio 1:1? I did not see. Where's bronze? 3:2. Okay, good enough. Close enough for me. Another splitter. And we can make bronze plates. And we're going to immediately turn that into pipes. Use an inserter. Use another inserter. And a burner inserter. And a, let's see, metal, okay, and a factory. And we have bronze pipes. No, wait. Yeah, bronze plate. This will be bronze pipe. Okay. And what we'll do with the bronze pipe, what's needed to make the bronze underground? 12 pipes and plates as well. So I could put some of these back in and make some undergrounds as well, which is really what we need, is the underground. If I do this, move this electric pole, make this undergrounds. Now all I have to do is figure out how to power everything without getting in the way. Let's see, we'll need plate and pipe, and then an output and a chest. I think we'll limit it to like 50 underground, or a stack of underground. And that should help our... we have to tell this to do plates. That should help us with our underground. We won't need as many because they have a longer reach this way. Let's make sure this is all working properly. Now, I probably should do a fast inserter. No, it's caught up. So let's just stick with what we have for now. And let's hopefully this is working. And we have bronze underground pipes being made. I think we do. Well, it takes 3 and 2. How many does it actually make per batch? 3. Okay. So there's just a little bit of waste in metal. 5 plates make 3 plates. So that's livable. How many? I think it needed like 12 pipes and 5 plates. Okay, research in the meantime. Okay, so we have the oil processing done. We need a place to store the oil. So we'll do the fluid handling next. And get our fledgling oil industry going. Yeah, so these will take a while to make individual underground pipes, but that is fine. I could double up the plate production, I suppose, but we'll leave it go for a while. I don't need it right at the moment, so... Six and 4. Well, we should be able to see the output here, right? 3 and 2 make 5 bronze plates. Oh, okay, so there is no waste. 3 copper plus 2 tin make 5 bronze. Okay. Yeah, and we have our first pair. Oh, and that makes 2 undergrounds as well. That's good. Yes. 12 and 5 make 2 underground. Okay, good. So we have some underground pipes starting. We'll need that here once we work on those northern. Let us replace this with some ammo, and let's go see how we fare against. I should probably upgrade my armor if I can. I might not have researched it yet. I have not researched it yet. Okay, never mind. Let's see how we fare against these critters up here to the north that are hoarding all of our precious oil. And what I'm going to do is set myself up, if I can. We'll build 2 turrets here as well. Actually, with 2 turrets being built, I should grab some more ammo, so I can actually put some ammo. You know what? They can use the standard ammo initially. This is just a place to fall back to if I get in over my head. So I'll take half of that and put it in there. They've been using the standard ammo down in the base without any issues, so I think 2 of them should be sufficient. Give me a place to run back to if I need to. Because, yeah, see, there's our first oil. That's a 234 yield. Oh my. There's our first alien thingamajig. Oh, and here they come. Okay, so our nifty little machine gun is more than sufficient to take out the initial bases as well. First one gone. Still have 60 clips left. Now that base just north of here is much larger, so we won't be able to take it out. We don't have the ammo for that. It's taken us half of our ammo to take out 3 spawners. But now that does give us some clear area. 179 yield, 215 yield. Let's see, there's a 211 yield, 234 yield. So some nice oil out here. There's, let's see, what's the furthest one up here? 169. So plenty of oil up here for a while. We're going to grab all this dead wood that's out here just because we're here and we need wood. If nothing else, this will fuel the resin that we need for the solder production. Okay, so that is done. I'm going to leave these 2 guns here. I'm going to complete the wall. It just gives me a little bit of notice if an attack comes from up there. And really, that is that's the only way they can come in from there. Here comes another attack on our base. Our gun's more than up to the challenge. You know what? This is actually a nice little choke point. We're going to double up the wall here. And we're going to replace their ammo with piercing ammo, I think. Since we're manufacturing ammo down below. Oops. That's right, you've got standard ammo. We can replace that, and they'll be more than sufficient for the near term to deal with any threats that might come from that base to the north. Grab this wood, and onward we go. I'm going to go re-ammo. It's not a lot waiting here. That's fine for now. How much ammo do they have left? They have 9 regular and 18 regular. So, okay. So we now have bronze. We have oil processing. We have oil storage. What else can we do? That gave us access to storage tanks. That gave us access to sulfur. Increased pumping capability, advanced oil processing, flammables, plastics. Okay, we need all of those. Now the plastics, let's take a quick look. Plastics, well, I guess the easiest way to see it is here, isn't it? Plastics is required for the synthetic wood that we desperately are waiting to get. So I think we'll research it. I don't think we are quite able to start our plastic manufacture or our synthetic wood because we just don't have enough oil. And right now I think I should be, let me think. I probably should put some pumps down and just some crude oil storage tanks for the time being, because I don't know where I'm going to end up building my oil refineries and whatnot. I'm thinking if I build the refineries here, that's close enough with the 15 reach underground pipes to get and replace the wood up north. So I think that's what I'm going to do, but for the time being, one thing I like doing is start the pumping early and just have some crude oil storage, and we'll store it there. We'll just tap off 2 of these oil wells for now. With that said, I should clear the nearest threats to the south as well, those 2 single bases, single spawner. So let's do that. We've got ammo. Yeah, we've got ammo. Let's we're researching plastics. Remind me, I need to research military 2 next. Welcome there to the chat. Been running about 45 minutes. Continuation of Sunday's modded Factorio. And there, yeah, they've got some zinc, it looks like, and maybe that's iron down there. Would be useful. I'm going to have to go through some trees to... Let's come across straight west. Move down, and here they come. Where's the act? There's the base. There's one of them. Okay, one gone, and there's the other one off through the trees. Okay, that will take care of the nearest. Let's take a look at the map. Oh, there's we got one coming through the trees at us. He heard the cries of his brethren. Okay, there we go. So there's two more singles over here. We have the ammo. We'll take them out, and that'll at least minimize a threat from our. That's silver ore. Oh, nice, silver and zinc. Nice size zinc deposit as well. Not that I have a requirement for zinc anytime real soon. Okay, once I clear these two spawners out, that should secure my southern flank for a little while. This base is a little bit stronger here. I don't know that I don't have the ammo to deal with them. Let's run away. I ran myself out of ammo. I need some, I don't know, grenades or something to deal with that one. Shotgun maybe. Okay, well. Okay, we've got it down to a single spawner down there, and it is a ways outside of my pollution zone, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I have walls. I could probably find a place a narrow place to wall this off. But, again, I'm not going to worry too much about it quite yet. I think that we've got plenty of time before we have to worry about it. I just want to make sure I don't have any sneak attacks coming at my oil storage, which is going to be in place here shortly. Okay, let's grab some of the steel. And what else do we need? Iron for the pump jacks. Build 2 of them. Okay, meantime, our raw ores are doing just fine. Our plates, copper and iron, doing just fine. Now, we're not actually outputting that steel, so we're only keeping 200 steel in the pipeline at the moment. That will change very shortly, I think, as we start exporting that steel, and that will actually use our iron a little bit more. Okay, first pump done. Let's go grab some of those undergrounds. Now we started the bronze. We don't need that many either. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we'll hold 9, put the rest in the system. Now these have a reach of 15, so what that will allow is oops, go away. I have a little bit of above ground pipe there, that's fine. Let's grab some of these plates, or some of these regular pipes, I mean. Okay, well that's one issue, is if I need some above ground pipes. Now what's the difference here? Now we could just use steel above ground, I guess. Max health 100, max health 100, size 5. Again, I don't know what the size is. Size 10, size 5. I really don't know what that size is. I'm going to have to do some research on that. We'll just use above ground steel. The below ground is good because it has a bigger reach, but we don't need to worry about reach here. 2 more. Okay, that will give us some initial pump capacity. Guess we can use smalls here, right? Yeah, mediums won't reach. So it'll start storing some initial crude oil until we're ready to actually start processing it. Okay, so we did plastics. Let's go to military. Where's our armor? Let's do the upgraded armor. We want the heavy armor at least. Okay, so what is next? We have the initial oil drilling started. Once these get about half full or so, I will consider actually starting to make use of that crude oil. Okay, let's take a look. We can do plastic pipes now. Same underground distance, same health, size 20. I really need to figure out what that pipe size is. It isn't the distance. I think it actually has to do with the throughput of the oil. I do believe that's what that is. Yes, I know. I am aware of that. There's just some areas where I actually am specifically placing them. But most of my power lines you would have seen me do that. Yeah, that's what I think it is, the throughput of the pipes. Diameter specifically. Okay, ammo good. So let's take a look. So our radar's uncovered some more. We have this oil, but it's not completely free because there's still another base to the north. Oh, what is that? Is that gold? Let's go take a look without getting too close to the oh, I wanted to grab that ammo. I used all my ammo in that last attack to the south. They still have plenty. Okay, there's our armor crafting. We can go ahead and build our heavy armor. Pull that out. Okay, yeah, let's go take a look. That looked like a gold out there. So we've got silver to the southwest. If this is gold, that'll be very useful. Don't think I've ever gotten to the point where I've needed neither silver or gold. Let's go ahead and, while we're out here, since we're out anyway, let's grab some of these dead wood trees, since we still need the wood for the resin and circuit card manufacturing. That does look like gold to me. There's another nice sized coal deposit. Oh, that's stone. Okay. Yeah, one could have hoped. What's off to the east here? How much wood do we have? Just 50 still. These are only 2 apiece, these dead wood, so that'll be enough to fill our resin capacity anyway. But we're going to be running short on wood for the circuit card production until we get to the plastic circuit card materials, which is still a ways away. Okay, okay. Oh, more silver. Ton of silver. And I don't see any other deposits up there, so I know throughput is an issue because the longer your pipeline is, the lower throughput you have. So there is a bit of fluid dynamics equations working. I'm just not sure exactly how it works. And yeah, you're probably right though, as far as each section can probably hold 20 units of oil as far as that goes. Okay. Okay, so what is next? We just finished armor. Solar is always useful. Upgrading our or getting turret level 2s. Long inserters give us the fast long handle. Let's get that. That'll be a nice quick one while I consider what to do next. Yeah, the pumps help out.